the different kinds of levels of values. So 1 to 8. Number 1, animal behavior. What animal behavior means is, what does an animal do when it wants some food? They do anything to get it, right? Anything. They just don't have that any value at all. They just do whatever they want. So that's the animal behavior. There are people with that kind of behavior where you would have seen it. Very rare, but you would have seen that. Now, the second value level is the tribal people. The tribal people or the clans. They actually, you know how there's the top, the person there, and then they have, underneath them, like they form a clan and they listen everything to whatever the head says. So that is value level 2. When you find someone in that kind of a situation, then you would say they're value level 2s. Now, number 3 is values of those people are what's in it for me kind of people. What's in it for me, then they don't think about the others. So it's selfishness more so. Where this is where anyone's first level of values form for the very first time. So they start, saying, first thing, what's in it for me? So here they play a lot of politics and form their own support group. Yeah, you know, right, what I'm talking about, dirty politics. So these are value levels 3. And you will know when you, again, meet those kind of people, talking to them, that when you see that kind of a behavior, they belong to value level 3. Now, number 4 are the ones who follows systems, processes, and procedures. Very hypocritically, like for example, say big organizations, they have systems, policies, procedures, whether you have to follow this is how the system is, you can't change. Entrepreneurs, if they go in there, they find it very difficult because entrepreneurs do their own way, they find different ways, they are creative, they do this. So it's all that kind. But with these people, level 4s, it has to be systems like, probably I would say military, how everything is in place and they take orders and they give orders and everything has to be this way. So example, this is just an example. Now, level 5 values are those entrepreneurs actually, the salespeople, entrepreneurs, who these you will meet on daily basis. You know what entrepreneurs like, business people. So these are value level 5, who would, flexible, do anything, go with the flow, try this, change this, those kind of people. Now, level 6 value people, these people don't get anything done, to be honest, and they sacrifice a lot for everything, for others. They feel very sorry for them, so they're not entrepreneurs, they don't think the business mind. So these are the value level 6. Now, having said that, so far we've covered 6, there's 7 and 8. So every person starts, they start from 1, 2, 3. They have to start 1, then go to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they proceed till you finish say for example level 4, you will go to level 5 or level 6, so you have to follow, everybody follows these steps, layers. And now the value levels 7, 1/10 of such people exist. These people do not like the operating systems and practices. If they don't find the job interesting, they will leave and are very confident. Others, they may think they're arrogant. So these are problem solvers, hard to manage. They will always start doing something. They'll find something else to do it in a functional way. They'll be fine. They'll move on. So these are the value level 7 people. And now the value level 8, these are sacrificial people who do more with less, honor and respect all levels, and they go to the next level, which, actually after level 8, they haven't found anything after another value level. So it ends with 8. So 1 to 8 there are people in these values. The best part is using certain techniques to determine what value level is the person. You will be able to handle them accordingly, especially if you want to know about your employees or in relationships. Before you get engaged or married, it'll be a good idea to see if your values match your partner's or your future, whoever it is. It's just a little example, because I remember that many elderly people in India, I was born there, so till a certain age, like 16, I was there in India. So always they used to tell, you have to marry a Muslim because I'm a Muslim, or they're always against other religions. But at that time, people don't understand, kids don't understand, because they never used to explain and tell them the reasons why they saying this. But to me now, when I'm having educated and read all these things, it makes sense. It kind of, helps in reducing any future problems, because two people from same background, same culture, their values will match each other, at least to a reasonable limit, and then of course the other values, whatever they have. So having said that, now what I would, so because the way I see things, what happens is, it is not right or wrong, to be honest. You can marry any culture, any religion, but all I'm trying to say is, if you have reasonable kind of matches, lesser problems. Now, but I also know, having said that, there are couples from different religions who have come together and they're very happy. So understanding is the next thing with the values. So if they do their things and the other person the partner does their thing without any interference, that's fine. So that's the understanding as well which comes. So if you have that, no hassle. Now coaches like us are hired, or we work for HR, or use these techniques when employing staff or when coaching companies, where we use a skill to analyze existing staff value levels, especially those ones who are not performing. So there's a reason behind why they're not performing. So having said that, very few people are trained in this kind of field, like I'm talking about this kind of coaching, because it is only evolving now more so, though it's been in existence for a very long time. I have no doubt that in few years' time, this could become one of the major criteria in every job description, because it really helps. It really helps anywhere. It's not just business work, it's also personal life. It makes a big difference for a person to understand and to think outside how other people are and why they're doing what they're doing, the behavior patterns. Now, here's another example of my own life in Sydney. I gave you one from India with this jewelry. Now from Sydney. People buy houses, right? 2-level story houses are more expensive. Say, for example, it may cost, say the single story is 100, just an idea. And then to build another one on top, it could cost you 50. So 150. That is double story, sorry. The single story will cost you, say, 100. Now, the thing is, to me, the reason why I'm saying is, well, I built my house 2.5-3 years ago, and I did single story. Now, my value, why I did single story, is because I saw the value. Well, I pay 100,000, And then with that extra 50, instead of building a second story, which will have a resale value of the house much more better down the track, but I would prefer to furnish inside of the house to the topmost, highest quality and live the way I want my lifestyle, the luxurious lifestyle, or to live a good life, which is the reason is when people build double stories, then for another 5, 6 years or 10 years, they don't have things inside the house properly furnished because they have to keep working, saving, getting things, and then slowly build it up, which is fine. But can you see the difference? How two people again can think differently with the values? So for me, this was more important. To me, do this, spend the money here, enjoy it while it's still there. Because another 10 years down the track, you're another 10 years older. That's how I see, and that's how I've lived all my life, to be honest. So that's another example of my personal life compared in Sydney. Now, because so let me be clear, guys. Intelligence and IQ has nothing to do with the value levels. Okay, it's very different. So I hope you enjoyed the video and understand what the value levels are. So again, 1 to 8. Level 1 could be another person, 2, 3, everybody. Or some people can be 2 and 5, 3 and 2, mixture. They can be mixture as well. So only by understanding how they operate and, you start communicating, building the rapport with them, you'll be able to find out what kind of values they have in life. So now I'm going to conclude this video now, having said this. Now, my next video will be on the steps of a disease. When with hypnosis and things, we say dis-ease. It's not disease for us, okay? It's based on European research. This is it will be in my next video. It may not make sense in the beginning to you, but if you analyze it properly of the content what I'm going to talk to you in my next video, you will be able to understand properly. So you really have to concentrate and think what I'm going to say, and then put yourself in that place and imagine. It'll make sense to you then. Okay, so take care. Thanks for your time, and I really appreciate that once again. I hope I've given some information, some valuable information to you people, so that you would understand all about value level system. Bye for now. Take care.